Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So, this latest kick that I'm on is called Wouldn't It Be Nice? And it's kind of continuing on the nostalgia track that we've talked about in the past. But this time it's looking at something that explicitly talks about, okay, this is where I'm at now, but I'm kind of looking back on this other time in my life. But you're really far removed from that time, and that's kind of the big point of emphasis in these particular things, so it's very explicitly stated that, hey, this isn't my life anymore, but, it'd be nice if it were, because, that was a good time. But now we are going to look at, after we looked last week at the song Till Summer Comes Around by Keith Urban, Fire in the Canyon by Fountains of Wayne, and also Alabama Rain by Jim Croce. Now we are going to shift gears a little bit, although still on the same topic, but we're going to talk about Angel from Montgomery by John Prine. So, Angel from Montgomery is about an old woman who is currently down on her luck and longing for the days of old. In the first verse, she introduces herself as an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child who's grown old. This paints a picture of someone who is on in years, but does not tell us anything about her current state of affairs. But then, one of the most beautiful lines in the history of songs, in my opinion, comes in, and that says, if dreams were thunder and lightning desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Absolutely love that line. In other words, she has so many dreams and desires that have not come to fruition, they'd be enough to burn down her house with one strike. These are discussed in the ensuing verses. I've said multiple times that you want to save your best example for last when you're telling a story, doing an example song. And it's not that the flies in the kitchen are the least bearable thing that the woman has to go through. It's more that it's one thing that she has to deal with, even though there are worse things that can happen to you. Those worst things have already happened, but she's in such a depressive state that she can't see a reason why it will ever get better. With that said, in each chorus, that comes after each verse, by the way, so it's a verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus format. She expresses her desire for something she can hold on to. In verse 2, for instance, she's talking about her younger days when she had her a cowboy, but then realizes, or reveals, I should say, that that was a long time ago, and she can't seem to get back to that mental state no matter how hard she tries. Again, the wouldn't it be nice mentality. Another chorus then follows before the third verse, which I think of any time there are flies in an opportune place. The last line before the final chorus asks, how the hell can a person wake up in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? A final plea for the titular Angel from Montgomery then comes in. But with the old woman's fate left unresolved, the song is that much more powerful. It should also be noted that although many women have covered this song over the years, perhaps most notably Bonnie Raitt, John Prine wrote it and sang it as if he were the old woman, or at least as if he were in the head of the old woman. He once said in an interview that the gender swap never even occurred to him as being strange because he was a storyteller. He had such a vivid image of this woman that he just kind of let her tell the story. In other words, the song just came to him rather than him coming up with the song. The old woman was telling him the story, and he was speaking through her and as her. Doing this is very rare in songs, and it's one of the many reasons why we greatly miss John Prine's gentle touch to songwriting. Melodically, the song uses G and C in the intro, and for the verses, uses G, C, G, C, G, C, D, C, C, G, 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 C, G, and D. In the chorus, we hear G, F, C, G, F, C, G, F, G, C, C, D, G, C, G, C, G. Overall, the song is written in G major, or at least the verses are, while the chorus switches to C major. This makes the verses a 1 4 1 4 1 4 5 4 1 4 1 5 pattern, while the chorus switches between the 5, the 1, the 5, the 4, and the 1 chords. Angel from Montgomery is embedded below so you can listen. Like I said, it's just a very vivid description. In that interview that I was telling you about earlier, John Prine said, well, am I being too detailed? But I think he's being just detailed enough, so that we can really, really get in the head of this woman the way that he did while writing the song. So I hope you listen to it with new ears. I know a lot of people who read this blog and watch my vlogs love John Prine, as they should, but it's worth revisiting because it is just such a spectacular song. Also this week we are going to look at Free Life by Dan Wilson, as well as Boots of Spanish Leather by Dylan. Make sure you check out all my other vlogs and then all the other ones for this week as well, and last week, all of that. I'm Minnesota Mike on behalf of the Memphis Songwriters Association. Thank you so much.